Hey guys, it's me coming to you live from the bedroom. Not the best lighting, because it's a little cloudy outside and I left my light downstairs and I didn't feel like getting it, so here we are. Hello, surprise! I'm coming on live real quick. I know you guys were, or some of you were looking for me on WRAL and you may have missed it, and sometimes they may or may not post the replay. So I decided to jump on live and answer some questions because I know some of y'all had some questions about that shot in particular. Hey, Melanie. Hey, Demetria. I see some friends. Hello. Invite your friends. I know I don't jump on live randomly much when it comes to reporting this stuff because I'm usually, doing it on the news or, writing about it or whatever. But I figured I would because I know you all had some questions that I didn't, either you missed on the live news or I didn't get to answer on the live news because it's quick. It's quick, fast. You have like 20 seconds to answer the question and that's it. But I wanted to make sure that you guys knew what you need to know. Hey, I see y'all. Hey, Kelly. Hi, guys. First of all, I hope that you guys have been safe, healthy, and well this new year. And I think, I hope that you've also had some good times and some rest this last Valentine's weekend. Hey, as you know, I had now, hey, Miss Know-It-All. I've now had both. I've had the second Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine on Friday. And, I've tried to let everyone know and be as open and transparent as possible when it comes to these vaccines and everything else going on with the infections. Hey, Dr. Russ. Hi, Auntie Judy. So, I want to be an open book and share what I know so that I can answer questions. You can get information straight from the horse's mouth and not read incorrect information on the internet and in media and all that stuff. Hi, Dr. Richardson. Hey, Sissy. Hey. So I, as you know, got the first of the Pfizer vaccine series 3 weeks ago. And this past Friday, 72 hours ago, I got number 2, which I was very, very excited and surprisingly emotional about. I don't know if you saw the picture that I posted on Friday, but it was, I got in the car after I got it and like shouted for joy. Like it was weird. I knew I was going to be happy to just go ahead and get it over with and get it done, but I didn't realize how giddy. I was like giggling at myself for how silly I felt, and how happy I was to have gotten it. I mean, I'm so thankful and appreciative to have gotten to this point where, thank God, I've been safe and healthy and my family's been safe and healthy, both, immediate family and distant relatives. We have been blessed to have not been touched directly by this thing, despite my testing positive in December, right? So if you've been following along, you know that I tested positive for COVID-19 in December, right before the holidays, and prayerfully had 0 symptoms. Family was healthy. We were all protected. And I now think that it was a false positive because I ended up more than 3 weeks later testing and getting blood work for antibodies that were negative. So to me, that means I never had the infection to begin with, which is a blessing. Although I did kind of think and kind of hoped that I did have the infection and I was just asymptomatic and didn't feel anything, which is kind of, best case scenario, right? If you are going to get it, be asymptomatic and get some antibodies. And I actually wanted some antibodies to protect me because at that point, when I tested positive, the shot was just coming out, literally. So that like I tested positive on a Friday night, and that Monday, the first nurse here in New York got the shot for the first time. And who knew how long it was going to take for that shot to make it to North Carolina and for me to end up on the list. So I said, hopefully this is really how I get the COVID, the Rona. I get some antibodies. It's going to hold me over and keep me protected until I can get the shot, and then I'll be good. Whatever happened, whatever was the case, thankfully I didn't have the infection and my family was safe and we were good. And I was able to make it to this point to get the shot. So I'm extremely hopeful. I'm extremely optimistic. I am, originally when I had questions about it, because honestly I did, I had questions about just the process of the research. But what I did was I went to the people who made these drugs. Dr. Kizzy, I don't know personally, but she is a soror and she is a doctor here from North Carolina. She is a Black woman that helped to develop this method of delivery. They've been working on this type of vaccine for 10 years now. 10 years. They've been working on mRNA technology. I also spoke to my friend, Brittany McGraw. If you came to my New Year, New You, you got to hear directly from her, a Black woman who was helping to make this vaccine and develop this vaccine and put it out to the world. And she said, I trust it. I know the technology. I'm glad that it's the type that we've been working on for years. We know stuff about it. And I'm going to take it when it's my turn. So she, in fact, probably was the one that pushed me the most in terms of, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. I personally, as a patient, am not high risk because thankfully I'm healthy. But because of my my vocation, because of my job, clearly I'm in front of patients that could be sick all the time. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do this for my safety. I'm going to do this for my family's safety because the shot also helps to prevent transmission of the virus. So even if after I've had the shot, I'm exposed to it and I bring it home, the likelihood of me transmitting that virus to my family is minimal to none. I'm also doing it for the safety of my patients because even though I'm protected with the shot, each patient that I see, if I'm exposed to it, potentially could be exposed. So I want to protect them and not transmit infection to them. So I did it for multiple reasons. I did it for you all. Hey, cousin Tiffany. I did it for my community. I did it for my family. I did it for the world. We have to have a shot soon. Okay. So I know that some of y'all are waiting and I was kind of waiting myself, but I talked to the people that developed it. I trusted Black women. Okay. Hello. I trusted the Black women that I spoke to. I trusted medicine. I trusted science. I trusted Dr. Fauci. And I watched, I read, and I observed, but I also didn't wait too long. I didn't want to wait too long, right? Because we need these numbers to start changing. Thank God we're now seeing the national numbers decrease. We're seeing the state numbers here in North Carolina decrease. The numbers are going down. Praise the Lord. Mostly having to do with herd immunity, meaning, unfortunately, a lot of people have already gotten this infection, okay, and either have been sick from it or have been without symptoms. You're lucky, you're blessed if you have had this infection, but you have minimal to no symptoms. But that means, of course, now those numbers are out of the way. So those numbers are no longer waiting to, quote, get infected because you've either already been infected or you had the infection and had no symptoms. That's part of the reason why these numbers come down. The other reason is because we're getting the shot. We're getting the shot and we're protecting ourselves. So it's showing the numbers are decreasing. I'm very, very, very happy to see that because that means if we keep doing well, we keep wearing our masks. And yes, I am going to continue to double mask, even though I've gotten my shot, that maybe this summer we can go outside, y'all. Don't you want to go outside? Go outside. That means just let's get back to some form of normalcy. Going outside means, can we go back to the movies with our masks on and socially distant? Can we have concerts? Can we, I'm so excited for the summer. I can't even describe how, music festivals, I miss it. I miss it. I want to be outside with my family and friends. I want to be in downtown Durham, running the streets. I want to go to the bar. I want to go and go to my favorite lounge. I want to go to my favorite restaurant and not feel fearful. If we keep doing our job and getting this vaccine and masking and socially distancing, we can do it, right? Tiffany says my uncle got his, not sure about mine. Okay, I'm glad that your dad got his. I'm waiting for my dad to get his in South Carolina too. Let's talk about side effects. So first dose of the vaccine I had in January, no issues, had a little bit of arm. You get it in your deltoid, so that's high up on your arm. I'm actually going to show you what mine looks like now. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little redness here, a little soreness. This is 3 days in, but the first dose of the shot I got, minimal soreness, minimal redness, took some ibuprofen a couple of times throughout that day and the day after. Felt great. Second dose was coming. I was nervous because I had been hearing that both with the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccine, the second shot was the doozy. And I said, okay, it is what it is. Hopefully I've built up some antibodies from the first dose. Hopefully the second dose won't be too bad. But I knew going in that I could definitely have some chills or fever or body aches or fatigue. Those are the big four that I've been hearing from people. And so I said, okay, I'm prepared for it. Went in to get my vaccine on Friday, had a scheduled appointment, decided not to do ibuprofen ahead of time. So the first time I got the vaccine, I didn't do ibuprofen, I did Tylenol. And you may hear different things or read different things about whether it's okay to take medicine, or, particularly anti-inflammatories or Tylenol prior to getting your shot, or even while the shot is working, because there's some concern that it could blunt your immune response. It could actually get in the way, it could block things. For the first shot, though, I didn't care. I was like, I'm taking this Tylenol, walking in, we're going to deal with it. Because I didn't want to feel bad. So I took Tylenol walking in for the first shot. When I got home, ate lunch, I took some ibuprofen, and I was good. For this shot, I said, okay, I'm not going to do the pre-dose. I won't take medicine before getting the shot. I want the medicine to work its way in and do what it needs to do. And if I have some side effects, then I'll take medicine. So didn't take the pre-meds going in. Went in and got the shot, came home, ate lunch, had a little bit of the arm soreness, no big deal. Had some ibuprofen. I took some Tylenol. Took Tylenol when I got home, when I ate. And then later on that evening, about 8 hours later, took some Tylenol before I went to bed. That was it. Felt great. Arm soreness, no big deal. Actually, less arm soreness this time than the first time. Waking up the next morning, the immune system was kicking in. About 8 a.m. So I got my dose of the second shot like 12:30 p.m. the day before. Felt great. 8 a.m. the next day. Woke up with chills. Never really had chills, right? But you can feel it. It's like a coldness on the inside in your bones, right? Can't get warm. So I put on my sweatshirt. I put on the covers. Coldness. I was like, okay, it's working. I didn't freak out. I said, okay, it's coming. I'm ready. Got up, went downstairs and took my temperature. Like a lot of patients of mine say, their temperature is low. My temperature baseline is usually like 97. Took my temp and it was like 99.3. I said, okay, low grade. Again, I'm not freaking out. Felt a little bit warm. So it's weird, to feel both chills and warmth at the same time. But I could still, I could feel with my hand that my skin felt warm, but I felt a bone chilling cold on the inside. So sat by the fire, got some coffee to warm me up and put my hoodie on and all that stuff. Took some Tylenol. At 8, took some Tylenol. Then about an hour or two later, temperature started going up. So now it's 99.9. Started to feel a little bit of soreness, in my shoulders, a little bit in my neck, my lower back. Thankfully, because it was Valentine's, we had already had a scheduled massage therapist to come in and do some massages. We have our favorite and only massage therapist that we work with, Miss Helen. Shout out to Massage Essence, ends with a Z. If you're local and you're looking for a massage therapist, she's phenomenal. But we already scheduled Miss Helen. She screenshot and sent me her test results that morning and said, I'm negative, I'm coming in, we ready? I said, thank God, because I'd already started to feel kind of yucky, kind of fatigued, had the warmth, chills, etc., and some body aches. So I said, well, thank God for Miss Helen, because she's coming in and she's going to rub it out, right? So told her, and actually spoke to a friend of mine that the day prior to that. And she was saying, well, if you can drink some peppermint tea and get some turmeric and that, that might be helpful. So I said, well, why don't I tell Miss Helen if she has peppermint oil or she has eucalyptus mint, maybe that will help to kind of calm the inflammation down. And sure enough, she had both. So she brought with her, rubbed in, and during her massage, did some peppermint oil and some eucalyptus mint. And I felt incredible after she finished. Like, symptoms were almost all gone. Also forgot to mention a mild headache. So symptom-wise for side effects in total, mild headache, mild, like, I don't know, I'm a lady, so kind of menstrual-like. So menstrual headache-y, little achiness in the shoulders and neck, lower back, mild fever, and chills. Those are my big, and a little bit tired, not significantly more fatigued than usual, but a little bit tired. So got the massage, felt incredible when I woke up. The chills were gone, the body aches were gone, the fever was gone. Felt a little bit fatigued, but that might have been because I just had the like 2 hour long massage, but felt really good, felt relaxed. So got up, I think probably took a shower, took some more Tylenol, and went to bed and slept like a log. It was phenomenal. Hubby got a massage too. So after that, woke up yesterday morning, a little bit of a neck and shoulder ache, but that may have been because of the massage. Like Miss Helen goes in hard to work those knots out. May have been a little bit sore. No headache, no chills, no fever, no nothing. Yesterday, perfect. And today, 100%. So I say all that to say, I think if you go in expecting to have side effects, that's better than anticipating that you won't, because then you're not freaking out. Right? Now, if those things had worsened, if those, if I'd experienced some other strange thing that I didn't expect, then of course I would have called my physician. But I knew that it was possible to have those things, so I didn't freak out. I took the medicines I had at home. I relaxed. I was able to get a massage. If I hadn't gotten a massage, I would have done something like taking an Epsom salts bath in the bathtub. I just would have laid around, and all I did was lay around. And told my kids that I was transforming into a superhero, because they were like, well, what's going on with you? What's wrong? We know you got your shot. And I was like sitting by the fire shivering. I said, I'm transforming into a superhero. And they were like, oh, okay. You're building up antibodies. Okay. So got to explain that to them, and they knew what that meant. And I did fine. So all in all, do not be afraid. I'm excited. I would do it again if it meant that I could feel less fearful going out into the world and doing what I have to do to treat patients. If it means that I'm pushing the machine forward in terms of improvement and leading us into the right direction for recovery from this crazy pandemic, I would do it again if it means I get to go home to South Carolina and hug my dad. I'd do it again if it means that I can treat my patients without the fear of feeling like I'm transmitting a virus to each one. I'd do it again. If nothing else, and I think I posted this prior to Friday, getting the second shot. If nothing else, I feel like I can hug people. I have been starved for that physical connection from my friends. I definitely get my hugs at home and get my love and affection at home, but feeling like I can put my hand on the shoulder of a patient or high five my friends or give them a hug if I haven't seen them in a while, I miss that. I miss it. And so to be able to do that. And it's funny because when I came back into the office, some of you know that I took the month of January off for self-care. Coming back into the office, many of the staff had already been vaccinated. So Miss Perkins, Ajama had both her shots. I think both of them at that point. I had one. And we saw each other, and I missed her, right? We missed seeing each other. So I saw her, and usually we would come right in and go in for the hug, but we stopped and hesitated, like, oh, COVID, can't touch. And I was like, oh, we've had our shot. And so we gave each other this huge hug. It almost brought tears to my eyes because I haven't been able to do that. And so, if for nothing else, the hugs, that part. So she says, Tiffany asked, did you have to sit and wait for a period of time? Yes. So each time you go and get the vaccine, be prepared to add on another 15 minutes so you can sit and be observed so you don't have any crazy side effects when you get the shot. Yes. Yay. So who's signed up for the shot or who has already had the shot? Raise your hand. Who has signed up for the shot or who has already had the shot? Raise your hand. I got my little sticker. What does this say? I got my dose of hope. Rock my sticker. Who has signed up? I see your hearts. Let me see your hand. Who has gotten their shot or you're signed up to get the shot? You should. Good. Demetria says second dose scheduled for next week. Good. My advice to everybody. Good. Joy says scheduled. Excellent. My advice is sign up everywhere. Mom gets second shot next week. Excellent. Sign up everywhere. So I'm telling people to sign up. Be on the wait list. Even if we're not in your phase, sign up at the health department online. Sign up at local hospitals if they have websites with wait lists. I know Duke, I feel like Duke, UNC, and Wake Med might all have lists. I know for sure Duke does, but I think all three major hospitals here have wait lists for the shot. Your pharmacies namely Harris Teeter, CVS, and Walgreens, all have wait lists, and sign up at your doctor's office. So for instance, my folks, even though we're primarily focused on 75 and above and 65 and above, I have a wait list now for people who are really, really, really interested in getting the shot. So that if, for instance, we have a shot clinic and then we have 3 or 4 doses left and we have to use them or lose them, we pick up the phone and we start calling. Kelso says, nervous, but wanted to hear all the ins and outs from you. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. It's okay. It's okay. They also have found that the shots that we have currently through Pfizer and Moderna, also, and Johnson & Johnson, also, which is coming soon, which that's the one shot. Don't wait. Go ahead and get what you can get. Don't just wait because you know Johnson & Johnson's just 1 dose. Go ahead and get the shot that you have access to now because those new strains are out. You know, the UK strain is out, the South African strain is out, and these are more contagious and potentially more dangerous. So go ahead and get the shot. There is proof that these current shots also protect from these new strains and variants. So just go ahead. Don't wait. Don't wait. What questions do you guys have? Ask me. Ask me. Ask me. I mean, I guess, you know, so my biggest take homes are, I had questions too, and now I don't. I did the research. I talked to people. I trusted Black women and I went with it. And after now having my 2nd dose, I'm happy. I am symptom free. I'm optimistic. Yes, I am going to double mask. Yes, I am going to continue doing my social distancing and washing my hands. But am I now planning on going to visit another friend who has also been fully vaccinated? Yes. Yes. Am I going to hug her tight when I see her? Yes. We have been vaccinated. Yes. I'm excited. Mind of Andre. Hello, sir. Any tips on helping our older parents and making sure that they are informed to get appointments set up? If they are not tech savvy or internet savvy, I would go ahead and just sign them up on their behalf. So I would contact their county health departments online, health departments, pharmacies, major hospitals, and their doctor's offices, and put them on all the lists. And then whoever calls them first, they go and they get it. No matter which version of the vaccine it is. Okay, so if your parents aren't very savvy and don't know how to, you know, some of the lists you have to get on the phone and stay on the line. If they don't have time for that, you do it for them. Okay. Dr. Russ asks, do you recommend that elders taking 2nd dose be supervised beyond the observation period? Not necessarily. I think 15 minutes is fine. If you're concerned about your elderly loved one, you certainly can go with them. I definitely saw that when I went to go get my doses. I saw many of our elderly loved ones with a caretaker. They did allow someone to come with them and be with them so that you can just keep an eye on them. All right. Good. I'm excited, y'all. We're going to go outside. Let's go outside. Dr. Fauci says that by June, all of us who want the vaccine should have access to it and should be vaccinated. That means, y'all, come on, the summer, we could go outside. Could we have a concert? Could we have a festival? Could we have movies? Could we have taste of, you know what I'm saying? Like taste of Chicago. Homecoming, y'all. Oh my God. Think about that. We could have homecoming in the fall. If the majority of us got this shot, we could have homecoming, y'all. Just think about it. I almost went ahead and blocked my schedule for like October, like the whole month of October. Like no work in October. I'm going to all the homecomings. All of them. Let's just get the shot. Dr. Russ says, I'm still anxious, but I at least let the city know that I exist. What do you mean? What do you mean? Let the city know that I exist. What does that mean? Yes. You're welcome, Mind of Andre. So that's all I got. I just wanted to let you guys know what I didn't have time to share on WRAO, which was specifically what I felt side effect wise and for how long and how I tried to prevent from being for it hitting me, too hard. But, I just take this. The side effects just means that your immune system is revving up. The mRNA is a message that is delivered with the needle. Your body sees it as a foreign body, and it's like, what is happening here? It is not the virus. None of what you're receiving through the shot is the virus at all. It's a message that has, a message about, hey, by the way, a virus exists, and this is somewhat what it looks like. Okay? Dr. Russ, so that they can let me know when available to me. Okay, all right. Tiffany asks, are there any prior health conditions where they don't recommend the vaccine at this time? Not necessarily. Oh, good. You got the segment. Mind if Andre recorded the segment? Good. So Tiffany, not necessarily. I guess the only one that's still questionable right now is pregnancy. So there's some question about whether it is truly fine for you to, as a pregnant person, get the vaccine. My thought is, and so the national recommendation says we're still doing research, but if you ask specifics about the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, if you are pregnant and you are working, particularly as a frontline worker, essential worker, or have exposure to multiple people, go ahead and get the vaccine. I just talked to a patient who was recently pregnant, early pregnancy. She's in the dental field, so she's with patients all the time. We came together to the conclusion, and we had a conversation about it and said, okay, so I tried to put myself in her shoes. I said, if I were only 6 or 7 weeks pregnant, would I get the shot right now? And what we decided is that she's been doing a wonderful job keeping herself safe, wearing PPE in the office, etc. Maybe let's wait until 6 to 7 weeks later in the second trimester of her pregnancy, just to be sure. So, as always, I'm an advocate for talking to your primary care. Have a conversation with your primary care doctor. They will not lead you astray. And they will, talk to you about your specific characteristics and conditions and etc. Okay. I felt like I was in the middle of saying something else. Did I answer your question, cousin? Okay. All right, y'all. As always, I'll be keeping you up to date, doing my best to give you the information. Trust science. Fauci, or I talked about Fauci. Trust Black women. Trust your primary care physician. We're going to get through this. Y'all just think homecoming. Homecoming, y'all. Homecoming season. How exciting is that? All right, guys. Off to see some more patients. And I hope that you guys are safe and healthy and get your vaccine. Okay. Bye.